Welcome back to Real Talk with Elo. We're still here with our lovely guests, Mommy T, Black Beauty, willing and capable. She's a lovely person. I hope you've been enjoying conversation with her. So we're going to continue with the topic domestic violence. So like we're saying the other time, I think one parent is dead and the other is in jail. Now what will become of the children?
They suffer it. They suffer it, and that's why we are saying it. Women, if you are abused, please, it's better you are alive and take care of your children than being dead, and then before you know it, either your children they are being taken to one orphanage home, or relatives that don't even want them because they've not finished taking care of their own. But they will be forced to take care of them, and then the children will go there and suffer all their lives.
Let me see. I would like to say something. You have a girl child. You have a daughter. Don't you think we as mothers, in raising our children, we should be able to inculcate in them their value, their self-worth, especially the girl child? Then for the male, I don't know. I think we focus more on raising our daughters to be good wives, responsible mothers, and who raises the man to be a decent man?
The only educate, most of the time we will tell them that the women, the girls are meant to do their biddings. They grow up with that. During our what do you think? We will be advised. Of course, I was advised. You take care of the man. Do everything he says you should do. Imagine that. No, it's good though. Being submissive, I will do everything he says I should do. But even when he wants me dead, should I do that? Now, girls are being raised like that. If you're getting married now, the only thing that a marriage is not you endure. Whatever is happening, don't come out. Just stay, endure. For how long? Now the men, or will I say the boys, from start, because sometimes it's even we mothers that are causing this whole thing.
You will see a mother that will say, the girl child, she will sweep,
she everything,
will cook, she will wash. Tell what my brother doing.
And he said, he's a boy.
He cannot be in the kitchen.
He said, boys don't do anything. Says who?
Well, my mom didn't raise us that way. My mom used to say something, and I think back then I probably did not really get what she was working on. But she used to always say something that I don't see boys, I don't see girls, I see children.
Thank you.
So if it's your turn to do a chore, whether you are a boy or you are a girl, you do it.
If you like the boy girl, you will do something.
You do what you're supposed to do. So I think as parents, we still have a lot to do. Not just as mothers. Not just mothers. I think it's time for the husbands, the fathers, to stand up and raise their sons right.
Thank you.
Because until we have a joint effort, we cannot combat this thing. You know, like I was saying, you have a daughter. How are you, making sure she grows up with that self-worth and knowledge that she's not supposed to be abused verbally, or abused physically, or even abused emotionally?
Well, she's still a child, but one thing you start with listening to that child. Allow the child to voice out. Because it starts like that. Sometimes when a child will want to tell mommy, they say keep quiet. Is that why you're talking? No, listen to that child. Like I always listen to her. Whatever she wants to tell me, she can tell me. And then after listening, if it's telling her something, I will tell her what I should tell her. But don't ever shut your child up. Whatever rubbish you think that child wants to say, let that child say it out. And then the child will learn to voice out, will learn to talk, and not to swallow things. That even when she wants to say something, she's being oppressed, she needs to say something, she will swallow it down. I'm not supposed to talk. If I try talking now, they will shut me up or shut me down. Don't talk. You're not meant to talk. No. I think the fundamental thing is let that child learn how to say her mind. What her feeling, voice out her feelings. Not very, very comfortable with whatever is happening around her. She should learn how to say it. And then if she doesn't like what is happening, say it, I don't like this. Because some children are raised in such a way that they cannot even say what they like and what they don't like. They can't differentiate from their left to their right. They don't even know their rights.
Okay. So, well, for a girl child, yeah, you advise that you should know that. But for the boy child, to make him realize that you don't hit a woman.
Yes.
What do you think parents should do raising a boy child?
I think that because these boys, let me tell you, watch them from their childhood, from when they were small. You will see that they have this in them, that they are the boys. They can do anything that they like. Now from there, you start telling them, when especially their sisters, when you do, you don't do that, you don't hit a woman. In fact, a girl is not meant to be touched. You start from there. And that you are a boy does not make you anything superior to the girl. That you are a boy is just that you are a boy and she is the girl. If there is anyone that is superior, it's even the girl. Yes. Because she is to be cherished. Just let them understand that girls are to be cherished. They are to be cared for.
And protected.
And not to be beaten.
I want us to talk about another aspect of this domestic violence. It's not only about the husband and the wife. Children are also abused in their homes. Okay, how do we differentiate, correcting and correcting a child from abusing that child? You know why I'm saying this? Coming from, our own times, our times when we're being raised as children, our parents used to beat us. So they will beat us, they will punish us.
Before, uncle.
Even you go to school, you come back and say, Mommy, my teacher caned me today. Now, what did you do? Before you even finish, your face, they will slap you. But these days, we don't do that with our children anymore. We're even more loving, show our emotions, hugging here, kissing there. You understand? Now, where do you draw the line between just correcting a child, raising a child, and child abuse? I'm asking you as a mother and also an educator. Yes, the educator. So, where do you draw the line?
Now let's look at this. There is one thing that we need to have in mind at all times, and that is that children will always be children. All those things that they do here and there, they will always do it because they are children. But now, when it comes to correcting, that's why anywhere you hear people say, they say correct in love. How do you correct in love? Me, I beat you. I won't tell you that I beat. But that your beating is not that. Sometimes try to hold your anger. Don't beat a child in anger. If you beat a child in anger, that is where it will appear to be an abuse. Because you end up injuring that child. Because of that anger. And this anger we're talking about, you find out that it's transfer of aggression. You are angry and now you want to beat the child. Do you want to kill the child? You correct in love. Another thing, like personally, I don't believe in this one. You don't touch a child, you don't kill a child. Me, African mother, Nigerian mama, waiting. I will beat you. I will use this, my right, beat you very well, and then use the left and draw you close. Do you know why I beat you? It's because of this. Don't do this again.
Okay, Then I want to talk about something too. You know, like I said earlier, I said a lot of us from our own time, and we chop keno, we chop beats, slap anyhow, kunko. How do you think this has affected? Maybe in your own experience, I don't know. You probably never got it so bad.
I was beaten. Were you woken up in the middle of the night to be flogged?
My sister.
In the middle of the night to be flogged.
My mama own maybe they don't joke with them. I became such a good child because I'm not ready to.
You would do something during the day and then you will run, you can't hide. You would they will ignore you, and then at night, no problem. You will eat your dinner very well, and then you go and lie down to sleep. All doors locked. And then you will know that there is king under the bed. The next thing you hear, wake up.
What did you do today?
Come and explain to me what was the meaning of that thing you did in the afternoon. Now, nowhere to run to. You must receive that punishment that day.
But how has it affected you? I mean, has it affected you in
any way?
It didn't
affect me in any way, negative anything. The only thing it did was it corrected me.
Okay, beautiful people, we've taken a short break, and when we get back, we're going to be looking at the effects of domestic violence on both the adults and the children. Be right back. So welcome back to Real Talk with Elo. You know, we're talking earlier about domestic violence being on the increase, on the rise during this COVID-19 lockdown. And we've talked about, you know, the way, in short, the way it's been affecting, the way it's been going on with husband, wife, and the children. Now I want to talk about the effects it has on this husband and the children, on the family. So, Mommy T, how does this whole thing affect the children and the parents? In short, all involved in the family. How does it affect them?
Thank you.
In your own opinion.
See? When we talk about this domestic violence, what do you think it will be the effect? Let's talk about the children first. Now the children, some of them, like the boys, they think that in fact, they will have it in their mind that, number one, because I am a boy or I'm a man, any woman, in fact, my woman is subjected to, anytime she annoys me, give her a dirty slap. She's to be beaten anytime she does anything that she's not supposed to do. You beat her, and then the girls, they look at it, maybe their mom, they've watched their mother break their father's head with bottle or with anything. They will now believe that my husband is not supposed to offend me. Anytime he offends me, his head is to be broken. And then they grow up with that.
I'm not sure.
Becoming violent. The women, they suffer it the most. Now you look at them, they will lose their self-worth. To them, they are not worth anything again. They are not even supposed to open their mouths again. Then some of them, it's not just this inside. It's not just in the family. They go out, they are being abused outside, and then they can't talk because they don't value themselves again. To them, they are not worth anything. Anybody can say anything to them. It doesn't matter.
My sister, it's a very serious issue.
Very, very serious.
I was talking with my husband the other day, and he was telling me about a man. That this man, in short, the man was so rude some days before, prior to when they talked again. And he was like, Guy, why were you so rude? You were nasty the last time I spoke with you. He said, I'm sorry, my friend. At my home front is fire, and my wife is giving me headache. I can't concentrate. He said, do you know I don't even eat at home? I make my own food, or I buy my own food. So you can imagine. So, me, I can't wait to hear from you. What are your views? What are your opinion on this? I'm going to drop my email address. It's going to be attached to this video. So if you have anything to say, or even if you have other topics you really want us to talk about, please feel free. I hope to hear from you. Bye for now. See you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.